Okay, this is Andy Graham of Hobo Traveler, or Ask Andy Show. I've traveled nonstop for 16 years, went to 90 countries. Tim K. asked, what are your expectations when you travel to a different country? Explanation. When poker players go on the road trip, they are thinking about whether the gambling action will be good, or if there will be a lot of tourists with loose money, or how many people will be in the tournament. When tourists come here to the Black Hills, they always are always asking about where to go, what to do. Okay, then he goes, what drives you to go to new places besides just wanting to go everywhere? Are there friends you meet up with on the road, or are you looking for certain kinds of people, or do you have hobbies or what? Oh, that's a long one. Okay, Tim, I try to have no expectations when I go to a country, and I definitely don't read anything except maybe Wikipedia and try to get a background of the economy, and I like to know the salary per month of people. Like maybe the salary here in Ecuador is probably about $500 a month. That means it sets up the amount of money that things should cost. But I don't have any expectations, and I don't read any travel books, and I do nothing. I don't read ahead, because what happens is it's kind of like what you see, what you read is what you kind of self-fulfilling prophecy. So if you read it, then you go looking for it, and you go, yeah, it exists. And trust me, 90% of the travel writers are lying. So they romanticize the stone. They make everything into a great place when it's really just another place. So I try to come in blank slate. Expectations. I usually have 2 or 3 things that people have told me about a place before I go there, and the reason why I go there. I definitely came to Ecuador right now because of the climate. I was laughing because somebody was saying that all the international living or whatever was promoting Cuenca, which is, I was in Cuenca one day, it was so cold. I mean, it's 22,500 meters above sea level. Is freezing half the time. So you need a jacket in the morning. At 1,500 meter, like Vicabamba, is paradise. So I wanted to come here and get a read on what the expat community was, because basically I'll probably be bouncing between different plateaus where it's 1,500 meters high, because when you don't need a furnace and you don't need air conditioning, it's paradise. And if you don't have to think about money, that's paradise. What are your expectations when you travel to a different country? I'm just keying in on, first of all, I'm keying in on, the smile. Expectations. Okay, what are you saying, asking about what to do, where to go, what to do? I'm living on the road. Okay, that's different than a tourist. A tourist has an agenda that they must complete. Okay, they got 20 days, and they got to go home, and when they go home, they're going to have to report to everybody they work with on what they seen and what they did, or the people are going to act like they're stupid. I never report home, and I don't really care if anybody thinks I'm stupid, because to me, working 40 hours a week in America and then going on vacation for 2 weeks is kind of stupid. Okay, but my expectation is first of all, what I'm expecting to do is find a quality place to live at around $5 to $10 a day. And I now need internet every day. I'm pretty well addicted to that, but that's most everywhere in the world now. That's 15 years ago that was a problem. My hobbies are basically reading books, and I have 3 major hobbies: reading books, watching movies, and going on walks around the city. So every day I go for like a journey around the city. I love to look at businesses, not tourist businesses, not tourist restaurants. I care nothing for those things, but basically people working, Ecuadorian people working, like right here we working as Ecuadorian people working, and how they live each day. So that's a really big, I'm very curious about that. And that's the true enjoyment of kind of continual perpetual travel, is there's always a new door, a new place to enter, and whatever. I probably do tend to go towards the countries that are more, better social life, male and female, meaning that the females will talk to you. I mean, there are countries like Jordan or Iraq or even India where the girls won't talk to you very much. So it's a very male-dominated culture. I really try to avoid those places. I don't really say it's expectations. I spent about 6 months in India, but I go to any country. I have no problem going to any country. I think that all countries are about the same. They're not really radically, spectacularly different. I mean, I have a couple countries where I really don't want to go back to, but generally they're all the same, and people are good people everywhere. So I really don't have expectations, I guess. I mean, it's so minimal, but I do know that 99% of travelers do. I'm just the 1 in 100 that just takes it as it comes and knows that I'm going to have a great life no matter where I'm at. Life is good. It's not, it's good because I came in here with a good attitude, okay? I didn't come here with a bad attitude. But I do admit that when you're around, I'm laughing. There's a lot of hippie-dippies. My friend calls them PhDs, post-hippie-dippies. The guys that were hippies when they were 16 or 18, probably the Vietnam War vet, now they're regressing back to their former hippie days, and they come to Vilcabamba in Ecuador. We got a lot of post-hippie dippies here. They get the glossy eyes. Okay, thank you.
We can